Ooh, I can click go live. Oh.
Way to jump the gun there, buddy. Because I clicked it and we're live, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the first thing they hear. So, good job.
Well, you didn't count me in. Where's the count in where you don't say one?
This isn't the iCarly reboot.
This could be.
Or
Hello,
continuation,
everyone.
I guess. Yeah,
How is
hey.
everyone doing?
It's good to be back. This time,
Yes,
I'm not Spider-Man kissing myself, so feeling pretty
Unfortunately,
good.
Shadow is back in control of OBS. He refuses to let us do anything exciting. I think we're a little bigger this week than we usually are. That's something. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Pie Guy's pretty quiet. I can turn him up.
Blast it. Blast it. Make me as loud as possible. Don't actually do that.
Oh yeah, wow, I did have those decibels down quite a bit. All right, that should fix it. Sorry
All
about
right. Yeah. I don't want. Hey, listen. I don't want any spoilers from iCarly in here. Okay. None of them. Can't really hear you guys. Turn up your audio, friend. Also, Shadow, make sure we sound all right.
that. I already bumped it up. I think they had to wait for the stream to catch up.
That's an understandable thing. All right. So, can I put Shadow upside down? No, I'm not in control, and Shadow refuses to do anything fun. That's just the life we live in. Hello there, CDCB. But on the upside, I can actually look at the chat since I'm not focusing on the OBS. So, yeah, welcome. Welcome to the 2011 edition of the award show Audit. We've got shows to talk about this week that aren't Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, we do. Heck yeah.
So that's certainly something. All right, so 2011, just to set the scene, I have pulled up a list of the top 10 memes of 2011, just so everyone understands what was going on in the culture at that time. This was the time of Charlie Sheen's Tiger Blood. This was the time of the First World Problems meme, also known as white wine. You know, it's the close-up of the lady's face, where she's like got a single tear and big impact text. It was the time of Paula Deen writing things and hipster Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
I completely
Also,
forgot about Paula Deen writing things. Oh my god.
I completely missed that meme, apparently. But we had the amazing trend of planking. Who could possibly forget about that?
Mm-hmm.
And most importantly, Rebecca Black's Friday came out this year.
Yeah, there it was.
Woo! Oh god, Friday's 10 years old.
Oh my god.
That is...
Disturbing.
Yeah, I don't like that fact.
2011 was the year of Cars 2. What a year.
That's my favorite meme. Kerchoo.
Wow.
All right, Shadow, would you like to tell our fans something very important?
Sure. Yeah. I would love to.
About the timing of our show?
Yeah, I'm not so as it just so happens, starting with our next show, we're actually going to be moving to Tuesdays at 7 p.m. rather than Thursdays. So, going forward, not next week. Next week we're actually going to be taking a week off because I'm going to be at the beach. So, the following week, which is June 29th, we'll be returning on that Tuesday at 7 p.m. Same time, different day.
Yep. So our next show is 7 p.m. on June 29th. We are skipping this next week, and then going forward, we will be doing Tuesdays from then on out.
Yep.
So we will post this as a big reminder in the Discord server after the show. I'll post the schedule the next stream so everyone knows that we're skipping this next week. Yeah, so we're gonna be taking the week off, but I can promise you that when we come back on the 6th, The 2010 nominations are absolutely bonkers. We'll get to that at the end of the show. But yeah, just so everyone knows, we're changing the day up a little bit. Still gonna be a weekday. Still gonna be 7 p.m. It's not that big a difference. But it's gonna be better for us. Yeah. So.
Yep, I'm going.
Why
Beach
Tuesday? Why Tuesday? It just works out a little better. It also means we can watch the episodes on the weekend and be, still remember them for Tuesday. So.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Shadow Streak.
Oh,
Probably
I thought,
took a drink.
I thought you were gonna finish that sentence. You said my name. I was expecting the second half.
That was a call to action to get you to respond, but that's fine.
It's me, a Shadow Streak. I don't know. That wasn't even me trying.
Shadow, would you like to announce the nominees? Oh my god. This is going.
You wanted me to bring energy, bruh. I brought it.
I like the energy.
Good.
So, would you like to announce the nominees for 2011? That's the end of my sentence.
Okay.
That's it. That's it, Shadow. Just respond and do it.
Okay, I would like to. Okay. Apologies there. I think the stream went down for a second.
I think you're having internet issues.
I did have internet issues for a second there. The whole thing just gave up. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm just.
Yeah. The internet broke. It says OBS tells me we're live, so we should be good.
It still says we're live, yeah.
Okay. Apologies there. The internet just gave up for a second. I'm not sure what happened, but we're back. We're all good.
This is going about as well as last week's show. It's the new normal, baby.
Yeah,
we're a hot mess every week.
All right. With that said, let's go ahead and announce the nominees for 2011. So, first up, we have got The Cleveland Show with Merry Christmas. South Park with Crack Baby Athletic Association. Futurama, The Late Philip J. Fry. Robot Chicken, Star Wars Episode 3. And last but not least, The Simpsons, Angry Dad the Movie.
Okay. Someone in the chat asked if this is pre-recorded. Would we be talking over each other as much?
Right?
And Shadow's gone.
I am. Am I gone? Oh no.
Now you're back. Oh gosh. Why didn't I host again this week?
Oh no, what's happening? It's all falling apart. Oh dear.
Last week I hosted because
it could be possible for you to just come in. I take it down. You just come in and pick it right back up. If we're fast enough.
Is that how OBS works?
I don't know.
Can we do that?
I don't know. I don't know. Might just be some heavy traffic at the second.
It seems to be working at the moment, right, everyone?
Yeah, I mean, if I can hear you, then the chat can hear you. So.
Yeah, I mean, I see the stream as live. I see Giant Homer. Let me refresh it.
Okay. I will bump it back to the logo, and we'll see how long that takes.
Oh boy. Yeah, can you all still hear us? Are we still live? This is going about as well as an average webcast from iCarly.
Oh boy. Well, all we need now is some random dancing.
All right, people are saying, "God dang it, Shadow! Are you back? Is everything okay?" All right, you know what? Send me over. Oh my gosh, send me over the assets. I'm taking over the stream.
Wait,
I'm taking over.
What's the problem? Everyone says it's back and it's good.
They did, and then you cut out for a sec. I guess you're back. All right, whatever. We can just move.
Okay. OBS is giving me a solid green connection, so.
I know when this stuff is going wrong before the chat does. Remember, because I'm live. I'm not on like a few second delay like they are.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, and people are saying that my audio's cutting out, probably because your internet's struggling. Can you just send me the images or the?
Yes, I can send it.
Let me set this
I'll
up in
let you
OBS.
hijack it.
All right.
Can you get them off
Sorry.
of Drive? Or?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I think that might be faster than me.
Sorry, everyone.
It's okay, guys. We got this. We're gonna do a quick switch.
Stop and swap, as someone said.
Yes. I will literally
hopefully
take it down.
It doesn't take 20 years.
I've always been curious about whether or not this could work anyways, so I'm glad we're actually doing it. I'm gonna kill the stream.
I'm glad we're doing it.
When go live as soon as I kill it, and we're gonna see if it picks up your signal and it just keeps going, because that would be awesome.
I deeply apologize to everyone. Of course, now that we're setting this up, things seem to be just fine. Although
yeah,
I can't know
perfect.
if my audio sounds good.
You haven't cut out in a little bit now.
Are we using a Game Boy Color? Apparently, we're using a Game Boy camera. Oh goodness. All right, well, fine. While I'm setting up the stream, would you like to talk about our first show?
May as well.
Go for it. What's the first one?
The first one is none other than The Cleveland Show with Merry Christmas.
Oh God.
So, you want me to do the synopsis? I'll try to keep it brief.
Well, all right, go ahead, Shadow.
All right.
Go ahead.
In this episode, that kid on the screen that I don't know the name of, and that old guy on the screen.
Is Stewie.
Yeah, Stewie and Ed Asner are forced to kind of spend time together, one being Jewish, one being... I don't know if he's actually Christian, but he's celebrating the Christian holiday, and they kind of like cross over with each other. Meanwhile, Cleveland has to box his dad.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's you know, the one thing I was just kind of hoping for was that this episode could at least not be racist. Like, you know, with the Cleveland Show, you kind of gotta hope that it's not gonna be like horribly offensive. It kind of was. But it was meaner to Jewish people, so that's unexpected, right? Like, how do you feel about them making fun of Jewish people, Shadow?
I honestly, like, I didn't find a single thing I really liked about this. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
It is pretty,
You didn't answer my question.
Well, that was kind of my, I guess it's an indirect answer. I didn't like it. I think it's kind of, regressive.
Yeah.
Took some steps backwards. There was potential here for something good, and it just, like, completely dropped the ball. Fell on its face. The episode as a whole is pretty boring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
here's the long and short of it, really, is just that, like, it's, you know, it's like offensive Family Guy-esque humor as the jokes, and then the story is like, the old guy doesn't want to be in the nursing home and he breaks out, but then he needs medication. This is literally a storyline in Full House. If Full House has done the story, you don't ever need to do it again. Enough other shows have done it too. You know, even the Simpsons time and time again have done episodes about, like, you know, the retirement home and how bad it is and breaking grandpa out of it. Like, it's just a very, very cliche thing. And the fact that this stupid show is trying to make me feel something, it doesn't work. It really just doesn't work. And it just kind of comes off as, like, if you're going to be stupid all the way. Don't try to give me some sort of touching story, because it's not. It's just not.
Not at all.
Like, were you moved by this?
No, I felt nothing. I felt just like a empty husk of 20 minutes, just like flew by, and I
Yeah.
felt no different. I got nothing of value out of this.
It wasn't even like so offensive that it was like shocking to watch. It was just
No.
like the subplot is, yeah, Cleveland's dad boxes him, which is code for beats the stuffing out of him every single year for Christmas as a kid, and now as an adult, his wife decides to beat the stuffing out of him to bully him into fighting his dad as an adult. He does, and of course, because all this is always TV show logic, the first time Cleveland stands up for himself, he sends his dad to the hospital. Ha ha ha!
Haha. What a great
I love
resolution.
domestic abuse. It's great.
Yeah. What a solid resolution.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, everybody.
It's pretty miserable, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have OBS mostly set up. We don't seem to be having any problems anymore, people. If I sound choppy or if the stream goes down or whatever, let us know in the chat or on Discord, and
we'll do a quick switch.
and then I'll take over. Yeah. Let's see. Lenny says the whole show kind of does this. Never liked that element. Darn it, Cleveland, you're a Seth MacFarlane show. Own up to it. Yeah, like Rollo. People are saying the little kid's name is Rollo. He's Stewie. He's Stewie. Isn't it funny? He's a little kid, and he talks like an adult or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny to see like an old Jewish man making jokes about this little kid's race? Isn't that funny? Don't you love it?
No.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say other than just this is a bad show. You know, listen, Bob's Burgers might be bland, but at least it doesn't insult like groups of people at large. So that's something. Because Bob's Burgers was the show that basically took over for this one.
Yeah, Bob's Burgers is like the least offensive show there is.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah, Fox heard people were offended at the Cleveland show. They were like, all right, let's find the most milquetoast show we possibly can.
white milquetoast piece of human garbage.
Someone's saying I'm a little choppy. Uh-oh.
Are you? I haven't heard any.
All right.
But
Let's see, Family Guy episodes were banned because they made fun of Jewish people. I believe it. Yeah, they kind of do that here too. And it's not even self-aware. Like there's one joke about the Jewish lady that works at the retirement home is like, "Oh, Jewish people aren't that stingy." And then there's a penny on the floor and she's like,
yep.
She fakes out picking it up. She's like, I got you there. And then she slowly picks it up because this is a Seth MacFarlane show. So we need a really, really, really long way to say, ha ha, Jewish stereotypes are true. Isn't that funny?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't get why this was nominated. I got nothing out of it. I see nothing worthwhile in it whatsoever. Maybe that's a little blunt of me to say, but I don't know. It's not like you said, it's not like offensively terrible. It's just bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, Big Mouth. I'm not going to say Big Mouth was better than this, but Big Mouth was at least shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it got a reaction, even if it was a negative one. This one just, like I said, I was a blank slate. I was a husk the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, the B plot, it's just there's nothing, you know. I mean, it's ha ha. Cleveland's dad beats him up, and then at one point his wife starts beating him up, and it's just like, what is this show? Like, what? I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I'm sure it has some fans out there, but yeah, I don't know. How did this get nominated? How? There's not even like anything impressive animation wise. I guess it tries to be heartwarming, right? In that it's an episode about bringing like Jews and Christians together.
It tries,
but it's not really about that.
No.
Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I kind of see what it was going for, but it just failed in execution miserably.
Well, yeah, and if a decent, a half decent heartwarming ending, well, quote heartwarming ending, if that is what qualifies you to get nominated for an Emmy, then like literally anything could be. Every show has an episode that at least tries to be heartwarming in the way that this tries to do it. Toonjay is saying that the Family Guy Christmas episode that aired this year was better than this, and I believe it. To be honest, I probably haven't seen it, but I believe it. Pete of Dawn says that South Park has jokes about race and religion, but there's a lot more substance to them. This show and Family Guy just puts as many stereotypes as it can with no cleverness. Yeah. I just can't believe it.
Yeah. Like I said,
like
how did it get nominated? That was that was my exact question too. I don't
How
see
did this
it.
get made? How did this get made? How did 4 years of this show get made? I don't know. I really don't.
Family Guy was successful. That's why.
I know, but like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. There's a parody of Up, which probably has like the best animation in the episode, where it's like he's being lifted up by balloons and he flies around the room and.
And then okay, yeah, that was actually the best joke where actual Ed Asner as the character he plays in the house flies up. I forget what he says, but he swears at him. That was amusing.
Oh yeah, so that's Ed Asner, by the way. This is the second Christmas episode in so many years, or I guess the first one. I don't know. This is the second one we're talking about. Regular show had Ed Asner in it in that Christmas episode too. So, I don't know. It's
I bet they picked him just so they could do the Up joke.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
All right.
What's
Moving on.
up next?
I see what you did there. It's South Park with the Crack Baby Athletic Association. It's about crack babies. Hey.
Wow, Shadow.
Hey, that's what it's. Don't hate me. Hate the episode or like the episode, depending on how you feel about it.
I mean, you're a real human, and crack babies are a real thing, and it's very, very sad. I don't know why you're making light of it. So this episode is about Cartman and Kyle. There's an epidemic in South Park of babies being born addicted to drugs because of their drug addict parents, mother. And Cartman and Kyle take advantage of this by making a sports league out of all of these babies, where they fight over a ball of drugs. And that's the episode. And then they get taken advantage of by EA, the video game company, in the same way that they were taking advantage of these babies. And all throughout the episode, it has Kyle trying to justify these actions by saying that it's actually good for the babies. They're doing good things. They're raising money and they're giving them an opportunity. And I think, maybe you know more about this than I do, but I think this whole thing is like a metaphor for college sports teams. Yes?
Kind of. I mean, they hint at it with the scene where Cartman goes to the Colorado University.
Are college sports people paid? No? I'm out of my element here. I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that they are. I mean, I guess like the best thing would be they get their tuition paid for, maybe. Like scholarships and stuff, but I don't think that they are. I don't believe college athletes are paid. No.
Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Faith, and thank you. It does make going through the Cleveland show a little better. Yeah, I mean, this episode, it's a serious thing. I mean, even the beginning of the episode, it has a very sad commercial with these babies, and I don't really think that the episode is trying to make light of this situation, to be honest with you. It's just kind of using it as a really raunchy metaphor for, I mean, again, I think it's about college sports teams, but it seems like it could be about any industry where the people at the top take advantage of the people actually doing the work. Like,
yeah, that's kind of how I interpreted it, because they bring in multiple examples like EA and the sports teams.
Oh,
and
so Samuel in the chat is saying they aren't paid and they can't earn money through sponsorships. So that's why it's a metaphor. Yeah. Okay, thank you for confirming that, because that's what I figured, but I don't know enough. And yeah, that does seem pretty terrible, because major league sports teams are paid ridiculous amounts of money,
Yep.
and yet, yeah. So, and I mean, it's the same thing with anything, right? With I don't know, video game
Movies.
journalism or whatever, like, or the video game industry in general, where it's seen as a career that people really like, so they're drawn to it, and then because those people are so replaceable, because so many people want to do it, employers pay them peanuts, and they basically say, hey, look, you're working in an industry you want to work in. Why do you want money on top of that?
Animation.
um, yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm. That's another one.
So, yeah. Um, yeah, I thought this episode was okay. I don't think that it really did anything. I don't know why this one was nominated. There's other episodes in that season, like You're Getting Old, which Pete of Dawn mentions, uh, that I think are a little more meaningful or have a little more to them. Whereas this is just kind of like a straightforward Cartman plot, and yeah, like I think it's more of a story. It's a better story than
Mm-hmm.
Raising the Bar and Freemium Isn't Free,
Yeah.
but it's not a great story, and like I don't really relate to the social commentary, so I didn't think it was really like hard hitting. Um, but it seems to be making a point, and I did like the cleverness of the boys got taken advantage of with the EA deal, just in the same way they were taking advantage of. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then and then I completely forgot. There's a whole subplot thing where Slash, the member
Yes.
of Guns N' Roses, turns out to not be real. He is a Santa Claus-esque figure in that there's like all of these people appearing in malls, playing Slash, but Slash is not a real being, or
Mm.
maybe he is.
That was the
I thought
best
that
part.
was funny.
That was the best
Yes,
part of the
yeah,
episode for me,
absolutely.
hands down. That whole scene where he calls his parents on the phone and they're just like, "Oh my gosh, oh, it's
Yeah.
time we tell him." And it's like, "You didn't know? My parents told me this when I was 5." Like, yeah, that was the best part for me. Um,
Yeah.
I would definitely say this is better than the Freemium Isn't Free episode because, like we said before, that one felt kind of like very lecture heavy. This one didn't feel like it was a lecture.
No.
It just felt like it was straightforward in what it was saying. I mean, I think it's a wide enough issue in so many fields that it probably has like a mass appeal to many different people in those situations. And for that, I think it's like it's got some merit.
Yeah.
But in terms of like it's as an episode, it felt like that was kind of it was one note in that sense. Like that was all it was really saying. Whereas like other South Park episodes we've seen where it's kind of tackling multiple subjects and integrating them together,
Yeah.
puts those episodes above this one. But it's not bad. It's
No.
decently good. It just didn't like it wasn't mind blowing or anything. But I like what it was saying, and I thought it was well paced.
Yeah.
It got its message across, and I like how Kyle. That's the green hat one, right? I'm still learning these names.
Yes, that's
Yes,
Kyle.
I like how he's questioning it and trying to justify it because that's what I'm sure a
Yes.
lot of people feel like when they're in that position too. Like, not all of them are doing it purely out of greed or whatever. There are people that are just like questioning the ethics of, is this right? Should I really be doing this?
Well,
I felt they,
I think that you're absolutely right. That's a very clever part of the episode, and that's something that's I think universal to a lot of things where
Mhm.
I mean, it is kind of a moral quandary. Like they're making, like, I mean, really, like any charity, right? Where
Yep.
they're making money off of it. It's like, well, you do need to make a certain amount of money to pay the people who are working there full time, and you do need to operate the building, and like there are certain costs, and it's not greedy to, if you're putting your whole life into this to earn a living wage, it is
Yeah.
greedy to earn like millions and billions of dollars. I think, really, I don't think any someone running a charity should be making that much money personally, but but then yeah, there is the question of like, well, is this actually good for the babies? Is this actually giving something back to them? Is it like I don't know. It kind of raises that interesting moral quandary, and it doesn't really land anywhere on it. It kind of lets the quandary breathe a little bit, and I
Mhm.
like that. And I love Stan's role in the episode where Kyle goes to him just at random points, like in the middle of the night or whatever, being like, "Okay, listen, I know we're doing this, but hear me out." And Stan's he's not even like saying anything. He's just kind of sitting there
Yeah.
listening to Kyle like basically spin out, and that's what happens. I mean, sometimes you have those conversations with other people where it's just about you trying to work through your own ethics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 So, I don't know why this was nominated though. Again, if it's just because it has it raises kind of an interesting moral thing, but nothing is impressive about it animation wise and storytelling wise. It's a very straightforward story.
Mhm.
And again, I mean, I'm sure athletes not being paid, was and still is a topical issue, but I don't think it's, I don't know. I just don't think it's like a super crazy hard hitting one. And they don't, although the these babies addicted to drugs are featured in the episode, I don't actually think the show has anything to say about them.
No.
Like they're just kind of there, which is weird. You think an episode of South Park about babies addicted to drugs, they kind of really focus on that and go nuts with it, but not really. You only
No.
even see the babies playing once.
Yeah, it just felt like the catalyst that kick-started everything else, really, than being like a focus.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because you only see him at the beginning with that commercial, and then when Kyle first goes to the hospital, and then after that, they're
Yeah.
like never really seen again.
Well, maybe the South Park writers were wondering if they were exploiting, if they're being
Mm.
sensitive to a very delicate issue
Hmm.
by featuring these in their episode, and so they kind of shied away from it. I think, and maybe rightly so, because it is sad. It's a very sad, very real thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's an entirely rational conclusion. I think that's entirely possible.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I wouldn't have nominated this personally, but I don't know. Maybe it was just a very light year in terms of animation. Um,
Yeah.
See, someone said it's pretty hard hitting issue when you think of the injuries and concussions athletes normally get. I mean, I'm not saying it's not, but the episode itself, at least, didn't really. I don't know. I guess didn't dig into it in a way that makes me like
It
want to
didn't.
go out and champion for this cause. Like again, I agree. I think it is ridiculous if these college athletes can't even get sponsorship. Like, there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to do that. Um, but at the same time, I don't think it's as big an issue as some other things. It's not as big an issue as like some of the other episodes we've seen. The addiction to mobile games, suicide, addiction to Twitter and social media. Like, I think these are real big, real broad things. And again, I am not, sports is not my sphere, so I'm not saying that it's bad because of that. I'm just saying it did not have any connection with me because of that.
That's the other thing, is because it was like, because it kind of stayed so broad, given how
Hmm.
like general this problem could be applied to different industries, it didn't really
Right.
dive into the side effects or like some of the
Yeah.
specific problems that were, that those athletes go through.
Right.
That
It
makes
didn't
it
actually hit the debate. It just
right.
kind of metaphorically put things in there. And if it didn't have that section with Cartman going to a college talking about the athletes, I wouldn't have even known that that's what this is really about.
Hmm.
And again, that's on me. I'm not saying, and that's a part of the difficulty of looking at some of these South Park episodes in context, because the timing is all, there might have been something, this might have been all over the news back in 2011, but I can't remember it. Like,
Yeah.
um, I will say I did also like the part where Cartman put on the costume and did a southern drawl and you know made some exaggerations, or maybe not so much exaggerations about uh what sports, like college athletes are treated, how they're treated.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it
So
was a very very good satire to kind of get the point across.
mhm. in in other years that we've covered, I would say that this is like pretty far down in terms of I don't think it comes close to the top of my listing here. With this year though, we'll see. We'll see. We shall see.
Well, if you'd like, we can
Yes.
move on to the third nominee.
Oh, I would.
Okay. Well, next up is Futurama with the late Philip J. Fry.
Oh man. So, in this episode, Fry is shown to be constantly late to dates and other meetings with Leela, and Leela is getting fed up with it. So Fry promises that he'll be there on her birthday at the restaurant, and then the professor ropes him and Bender into testing out a time machine that he's only going to go a few seconds into the future, and it only goes in the future. And then the professor accidentally makes it go way in the future. And so the three characters have to keep going further into the future to try to find someone who has invented a reverse time machine.
Yeah. That concept alone is amazing.
Listen, almost any Futurama episode that actually deals with time travel is like the best. It's like the best. All of them except for the stupid, the one where they go back to like revolution times and they meet like George Washington. That one sucks. But all the rest of them are fantastic. Now you've seen two of them, Shadow.
Yeah.
Because the finale is also time-based. Yeah, I mean, this is widely considered by a lot of people to be one of, if not the best episode of Futurama, and it's absolutely no wonder why. You get three of the most iconic favorite characters from the show shoved into a box, and the backdrop of the episode is all sorts of insane future times, and it's just a conduit for quick jokes and, philosophizing about, like the meaning of life and the end of things and what everything means. And then all of the fun of this concept is tied together with the strong emotional core of Fry disappointing Leela yet again, even though he tried really hard not to this time. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful episode. It's my favorite episode of Futurama. Like, I think this deserved to be nominated 100 times over because you have the beautiful animation of things like the world ending. You have just the unknown of like where is this story going? What is this story about? Like what's going to happen? And like the kind of the twist of like they don't return to that first timeline. That first Leela stayed single. That's it. That's her life. She didn't have a sad life per se. She ran Planet Express, but like that Leela is the Leela Fry ends up with at the end of the series, as you know, is not the same Leela. And this is an episode that I think about every time I think about Rick Potion number 9 because Futurama did it first.
Yeah, I see that. I see that clear as day now. This was an eye-opening one. I know I'm a broken record when I say this, but I love it when shows make me ask questions. And
yep.
Yeah, like you said, this is one that has you on the edge of your seat, just wondering, where is this gonna go? How are they gonna get out of this? As soon as he set up the whole like this is a machine that only goes forward in time, it's like you kind of figure, okay, so they're gonna go forward in time. So how do they resolve this problem? And I thought it was a really, really cool idea.
Yes.
Not to get too philosophical, but I kind of agree with what it does. That's all I'll say.
What? the meaning of life is empty platitudes?
I'm talking about how the universe works, but anyway.
Oh god, here we go.
I'm not going to get into that. But I really like all the different like time periods that they go to. One of my favorite parts is where they go to the timeline where there's two different races and they're like, how long would it take you to build a time machine that goes backwards? And it's like, about 5 years. All right, we'll see you in 5 years. They jump 5 years in the future, and that entire race is annihilated. It's great.
Oh, which is didn't Rick and Morty copy that concept as well?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yep. With the the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females of the species. Anyway, I think the male and females Yeah, there's a lot of great like quick jokes in here too about like the professor saying, "Oh, it's so vast and empty," as he shakes his can,
Yeah.
prompting Bender to pull out another beer. Fry, you're gonna miss the dinosaurs. Oh, they're not going anywhere. um, I love how so they loop around in time and get turns out time is cyclical. Contradictory to what the professor or someone said in a previous episode. I think Fry said it. But I love when they go around the first time, right? The professor's like easing them in 30 seconds, 10 seconds. Like he's easing them in, and then he just falls. He
just falls and
does
just
the
zooms
same
past.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good slapstick.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like, oh, we gotta go around again. Yeah, it's great stuff.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, there is a beautiful callback to Roswell that ends well, but Shadow would not understand that. That episode's I think might be nominated, so we might even see that. Another time travel episode. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Oh goodness. I mean, there's just so many good casual jokes too, like Amy saying that you record nude video messages on the card, and Fry's like, "Does it have to be nude?" And she's like, "Oh, I never considered that." The joke about like Zoidberg comes into the Future Planet Express, and he's like, "Oh, well, if we send our ships out here, we can do this." And then Lisa's like, "I fired you years ago. Get out of here." It's good stuff. It's real good stuff. And apparently, when they're getting close to the correct timeline, there's a bunch of clips from other episodes. That's what like you see around the table and everything. Mm-hmm. This episode does get me to thinking though. Does it make sense? Like, so they skipped through one timeline. So that timeline's Professor, Fry, and Bender did a time loop themselves, and then I guess they skipped the first one and ended up in the next one. Is the universe just in like a loop of Bender, Fry, and the Professor always skipping forward into another loop of time? Like, when you think about the logic of it.
And
here's a question. Where if time is cyclical and this all happened, then unless this is the first loop, in the previous loop, where were that Fry, Bender, and the Professor when this episode happens?
Yeah, the other thing is like, why didn't they get crushed at the beginning of the episode?
I think it skips every other one.
See.
I think it's or because the Professor shot Hitler and then shot
that's true
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yes, the Hitler. That was the
yes.
that was amazing. He's like, wait, we gotta stop here. That was great. I love that.
There's a great song too, which is a parody of, it's like a real song, right? There's like if man is still alive. That's a real song, but then there's a parody version of it in the episode, and it's a good episode. Time is like a corkscrew. Rick and Morty invented the vat of acid. That's true. There's no vat of acid in Futurama, but there is a time rewind episode.
Yep, that's true.
Oh man. Drinking game for those who want to be sober. Try and find a concept in Rick and Morty that isn't copied from another movie, show, or adult cartoon.
Well, that wipes out like half the episodes right there, because movies.
I don't recall any other episode of a cartoon where you know what? Never mind. I don't even want to bring up the dragon episode. Never mind.
Can you think of another episode where someone turns himself into a pickle?
The Powerpuff Girls.
That's a dream. That's a dream.
Nope. I said it before you did. I'm a winner.
Okay.
Oh, and yeah, the title. That's a good point. Pete of Dawn mentions you love the title because Fry is presumed dead by everyone, which means he is now the late Philip J. Fry, but he was literally late in the episode. Because like the whole thing is that
that's right.
He's presumed dead by going to this big party where a nuclear person explodes, and yeah.
Titles like that have double meanings like that alone is enough to earn my respect, because I love creative wordplay like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's good stuff. I don't have any complaints about this episode, and I think I like the Fry and Leela storyline. Like, I think it really kind of emulsifies the fun concept. There's many episodes of Futurama around this time period in the Comedy Central era where they have just like a concept. Maybe I made this speech already. I think I made this speech last time we talked about Futurama. But my point is just that this episode has a cool sci-fi concept, but then there's also like a motivation behind it. If Leela wasn't in the episode, this would still be a fun episode, but I think the kind of like emotional core of Fry really wanting to get back to her and the cool things that happen with the card and then the like the fungus that grows, like there's cool stuff. It's cool. It's a great episode.
yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was very fun.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is the next thing very fun, Shadow?
I guess that depends on your
Depends.
perspective. We've got
God.
Robot Chicken with Star Wars Episode 3.
So if you don't know Robot Chicken, it's an 11-minute show, usually, where they do random skits in stop motion with action figures that are parodies of like everything from Harry Potter to Mario Kart to whatever. It's incredibly immature in its humor. It's created by Seth Green, and it often goes for like really vulgar, really crazy, really off-the-wall jokes. Especially because it's made of puppets, so they can, or action figures, so they can kind of do things like have them be naked or whatever, because there's nothing to show.
Yep.
This episode, however, is 44 minutes of content, quotes,
Star Wars
question mark,
content.
Star Wars content, yeah, and it primarily seems to be about episode 3 and episode 6. It kind of bounces around.
Mm-hmm.
Seth MacFarlane voices Emperor Palpatine, and it's just Seth MacFarlane. There's a good voice cast. They got Donald Glover, they got Donald Faison, they got who else?
They got my boy Tom Kane.
Tom Kane, yep, they got Tom Kane. They had a lot of people in this.
Yeah, this was a big thing. The Star Wars sketches for Robot Chicken were some of the most popular ones. So
This is somehow the third time they've done this.
yep. It is.
Can I like? Shadow's a fan of Robot Chicken, and Shadow's a fan of Star Wars. I casually enjoy Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I watched Robot Chicken, I was probably like 20 years old, and I think there's a good reason why it airs in 11-minute chunks late at night, because the sort of humor that's in this show, I think, works when you're like exhausted or perhaps engaging in recreational diet soda, as I have known to do. I hated this. I hated this so much, Shadow. I hated this. I hated everything about this. This was awful. 40 minutes of sketches, of terrible sketches about fart jokes and naked people and Star Wars references that I don't understand. It's 40 minutes of nonsense, and I hate it. There's nothing that is even a through line. Seth MacFarlane Palpatine has some narration towards the beginning and end, but otherwise it's just awful random sketches about people, just dumb immature humor. I hate it. I hate it.
All right.
I hate it.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. This is not
If you
deep.
could make a time machine and bring me back to when I was 12, maybe I'd laugh.
You
at
can't
this.
go back. You can only go forwards.
Exactly. The Futurama time machine is just how life works.
Yeah, basically. Just slower. Okay, so here's the thing. I like Robot Chicken, and I like Star Wars, and I like Robot Chicken and Star Wars, and I thought this was fun. However, not everybody likes Star Wars or Robot Chicken or them combined to that degree, and I can totally see how someone that isn't a colossal Star Wars nerd wouldn't enjoy this, because you're right, it is 44 minutes of just sketches, and not all of them land. I think that there are some pretty good ones in here for people who like a lot of like the deeper like inner workings of Star Wars. I like some of the background like I see. I never remember his name, but they make a big deal about him. The long neck guy on the Jedi Council. I like every sketch with him because he's just this. He never has a line in any of the movies. He's just a background character, and they just took that and they ran with it, and I think it's great. I love the sketch where he's on the Death Star and he's like in disguise and he's freaking out. I love the one where everyone's just ignoring him.
Those were like the only sketches, the like 2 or 3 with long neck dude. Those were the ones that I actually enjoyed. I thought those were actually funny and clever. Because even I know that he's like some no name, or not no name. He has a name, but like not important guy. Yeah, I've seen Star Wars. I've seen all of it except for the episode 9. Like, I get it. It's just like, ooh, jokes about Anakin picking his nose. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't this a show made for adults?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be very
Come
juvenile.
on.
It's really a hit and miss thing. Some sketches are great, others aren't. That's kind of the nature of the beast when it comes to sketch shows, though. And so, like, does this do anything remarkable? No. It's just long robot chicken.
Well, hang on. What I will say, as much as I hated this, the animation is very impressive.
Oh, well,
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. What they do with these figurines and these custom made things, like however they do it, it looks good. Like the sequence of Darth Vader dancing, like, holy cow, that looks good, man. That looks so good. You know, I hated this as a whole thing, but I have to say that there were parts of it that, at least visually, when it wasn't making some stupid joke, visually looked beautiful.
Yeah, and that's the thing that Robot Chicken has going for it, because when it comes down to that, like, there aren't that many shows out there that do what Robot Chicken does. Like, I totally get why this was nominated in that sense, because just in terms of having something like animated but like completely different from the rest of the crowd, like, yes, Robot Chicken absolutely fits that bill, and it's very unique in that sense. Now, compared to the rest of the show, I don't think this is like revolutionary or like mega standout compared to other things, except for the fact that it's just all catered towards one specific property, and it's prolonged over a longer duration.
Did you enjoy that this was 44 minutes?
I wasn't bothered by it, but like I didn't need to be, like, if I just watched it in 11-minute chunks, I wouldn't have felt any different. It just felt like I watched 4 episodes back to back, really. Because I mean, they even broke it up with commercial breaks, and admittedly, I did like the one break where the Emperor's talking and it just cuts off in the middle, and then it comes back. He's like, "Oh, I was saying something. You probably weren't listening anyway. Let's just keep going." Like, I thought that was like a clever little cut, but no, otherwise it did feel like it was just a bunch of sketches strung together, and it absolutely could have just been 4 individual episodes.
Yeah, I will say again, I don't really have this thing against Robot Chicken, because I do think, like, especially where it exists, right? And when I was like younger, they didn't, like, this aired like once a night on Adult Swim, or maybe like again, you know, at 4 a.m, one at like, you know, 12:45 and one at 4. But like, it didn't air in marathon chunks, and I think there's a reason. I do genuinely think I have found Robot Chicken funny in the past, and I think what works about it is the fact that it catches you off guard. You know, you see it on Adult Swim, it's there, and then it's over. It doesn't drag things out for 44 minutes. It has variety in its sketches, whereas this was, and I do see it. I see that this is a love letter to Star Wars, and especially because, like, there are references to one-off, like, background characters or and things like that again, I've seen the movies, and I kind of like see what they're going for, but I'm not in the Star Wars fandom, so I don't, like, you know what I mean? Darth Jar Jar was fun, though.
Yeah, that was the best ending. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I can't say I hated every minute of it, but just, like, overall, I'm just left with this feeling of, like, 44 minutes of my life is gone, and I can only remember funny parts if you bring them up. I watched this today. I watched this like 2 hours ago. You know, like, it's so flash in the pan. You know, because there's no story to it. Like, the longest sketches last like 4 minutes.
Yeah, the only story there is how it starts and ends with the Emperor falling. That's
right.
Like all there is to it. Otherwise, yes, it is just a longer episode of the show.
I would have rathered, I guess this is the Family Guy approach, right? Because spoilers, everyone, we're gonna end up watching the Family Guy parody of Star Wars 2.
Yeah.
because Seth Green loves this stuff
This
apparently.
also isn't the last time we see a Robot Chicken Star Wars special either.
Oh no, 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 buddy, no. What I was gonna say is I would have preferred if they had just gone through Star Wars Episode 3 or 6 or whatever they were trying to do, just one movie, but like done sketches. You don't have to show like the whole movie or whatever, but just done
like
chronological
scenes or-
sketches
Yeah.
that are taught, based around chronological scenes that would at least make it still feel like I saw a parody of Star Wars. I mean, I love, listen, Star Warners, which is the finale of Pinky and the Brain, great Star Wars parody. Like, there's been great Star Wars parody. This is something. This is clearly made by superfans, and no hate to that. I don't think this needed to be 44 minutes. And I think that a lot of the jokes are they're haha, Anakin's picking his nose. Like, they even, at the beginning, there's a character that farts, and Seth MacFarlane's like, welcome to Robot Chicken. And it's just like, yeah, I guess, that's, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's not even a fart joke. Like, there's not a joke, it's just the character farts. That's, I guess the joke is that, haha, we're lowbrow.
Yeah. I mean, the more into Star Wars you are, the more you'll like it, is basically what it ultimately comes down to. Because that's really what it is appealing to. And like you said, it definitely comes across as though it's made by superfans for superfans.
Yeah.
And as a superfan, I really enjoy it. But I see how not everybody would. And
Could you imagine random Emmy voters?
yeah,
having
like
to watch
that's the
this?
thing. I'm thinking about like who is nominating these and who are determining who wins the award. Like I could never see this winning.
Yeah.
The only thing that it really has going for it is that animation aspect, which I think is remarkable because by this point,
Yes.
I believe this was season 4 of Robot
Yeah,
Chicken.
it was a few seasons in. Yeah.
So by this point, they had their rhythm, their momentum. They knew what they were doing, and a lot of the especially the action-heavy scenes, are very, very good. And they get a lot of details in the way they move the figures and twist them, and like there's a lot of creative vision there in the way they board and present the skits. But just in terms of the writing, again, it's lowbrow, it's juvenile, and ultimately it's more of a compilation than an overarching story or anything like that. So while I see why it was nominated, I wouldn't say it's worthy of the award, but it is unique, and I think that's what gives it an identity and why it's worth acknowledging as a nominee. I think it's absolutely worthy of being a nominee, but the winner, no. So
Sinostream says you prefer this over regular Robot Chicken episodes because they're going into it knowing what they're parodying, whereas you don't get what regular episodes are parodying most of the time. I guess that's fair, but
that
if you
is
don't,
true.
but if you don't know one of the parodies in like a random episode, odds are you might know the next one. Like,
Right.
I don't know. It's tough. I don't even hate immature humor. I think it can be done well. I just feel like this was just a 44 minutes of that with no narrative to latch onto. Jokes. I mean, I wouldn't even say that like a lot of jokes I didn't get. It's just that I don't care as much about some of the stuff. Like I like the idea that the stormtroopers had a good time at Uncle Owen's farm and they accidentally burned it down. Like, okay, that's funny. Like it's a funny concept. Maybe the sketch went on a little long though.
Yeah.
Like, and I again,
I think
I
the
don't
idea,
hate like
I think the idea of Luke and Obi-Wan riding around in a sandcrawler is pretty funny, but
I did not.
I thought that was amusing. I liked it. And then I liked how they did that whole like freeze frame, and then they're like, oh, it was
Dukes
just
of
a
Hazzard.
perspective shot. I liked
Yeah.
how they played with perspective there. I thought that was noteworthy, but
I bet you did, Shadow. I bet you did.
I did. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
can I say? I'm a Star Wars shill.
You are. But
I am.
yeah, I don't know. I don't hate this in the way that I hated some of those Bob's Burgers episodes, in that, like, again, I can 100% like admit I'm not a huge Star Wars nerd. Like, this isn't made for me, clearly, and not everything has to be. But just as if I'm viewing it as some random guy, as being as an Emmy voter would, there's probably some Emmy voters who have never seen anything Star Wars somehow. I don't know. I don't get why this was nominated again, because like it's technically impressive, certainly, but so were any other Robot Chicken episode. No, like
Yeah, because really, when it comes down to it, it feels almost like any random episode of Robot Chicken could be nominated because all of them are just compilations of skits. So it's really just
but
pick
their
the
own.
best- They're only 11
But they're only
minutes.
11 minutes,
Yeah.
so it would have had to be the other category, and I think
Right.
they are nominated a few times in the
I
11-minute
believe
category.
so, yes. I believe so.
Thank you for the super chat, Lenny Carl. Uh, let's see. Do we have an opinion on Moral Oral? I want to watch that show. I think it's on HBO Max.
Nice.
It's very dark. Kind of reminds me of The Binding of Isaac from the little that I know about it. Like I just hear things about how dark it is, but the visual style looks really cool. So, Lenny says that they think that the show pairs the animator's talent with better writing.
Yeah, I've heard about it before, but I have not seen it. Perhaps it should be worth.
And maybe. And again, I Robot Chicken, like I feel like there's a time and a place to watch Robot Chicken, and I think that is like the middle of the night, randomly flipping through networks, wondering what the heck you just saw. As with a lot of Adult Swim content, I kind of feel like putting it on HBO Max, while convenient, ruins it. Watching this at whatever 4 in the afternoon just kind of takes a little bit of the charm away, and it's not really a time where I'm like, I want some dirty jokes and whatever.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like Seth MacFarlane. I hate his voice. I think he sounds like a smug jerk all the time, and any character, and he's not. I think that his voices aren't as distinct as he thinks they are. Have you ever seen Spaceballs, Shadow? We got a super chat from Sinoshroob. Thank you very much.
Believe it or not, I've never seen Spaceballs in full. I've seen scenes.
Really?
I've never watched it in full from beginning to end. Like, I know jokes. I know plenty of jokes. I've seen plenty of scenes. But, like, again,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never sat down and just watched it the whole way through. But, from what I've seen, it is pretty enjoyable. I mean, who could forget Pizza the Hut, right?
I have not seen it. I hear it's a classic movie. But yeah, I like Shadow. I've seen a million clips on the internet. And I actually saw a review recently of the Spaceballs animated series, and I will say this Robot Chicken special looked a lot better than that.
Well, as a
How
convenience...
about do you? Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, as any cartoon made like 30 years after the fact in Flash, where they parody like various genres, it doesn't sound good and it isn't good.
That's fair. Well,
Yeah.
as a clever segue, now that Spaceballs has been brought up, prepare to fast forward into the final nominee, The Simpsons, Angry Dad the movie. That was a
What did
Spaceballs
Spaceballs have
reference.
to do with that?
There's a scene in Spaceballs where they go to jump through hyperspace, and they say, "Prepare to fast forward." Fast forwarding, sir. It's a reference to the movie. So,
Right. Good, Shadow. Thanks.
you're welcome. I didn't think you'd get it because you said you didn't.
You could have just moved on. You could have just whatever. It doesn't matter. I shouldn't have
Well,
asked.
you asked, so I answered. That was like you should have just rolled with it.
You should have just rolled with it. You should have been mean to me.
No, I'm not.
You gotta have some casual banter.
I'm not a bully. I
No,
like answering people's
this is how-
questions.
This is how podcasts and live shows and stuff works. There's gonna be a little banter. You gotta, if you don't secretly think that the co-hosts hate each other, then it's not.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. One of the things that drives
Yeah.
me up a wall with podcasts is when someone brings something up, someone else cuts them off, and then I never hear what that person wanted to say about that thing. So when someone asks the question, I answer it. It's because I know there's a viewer out there that wants to know what I have to say. Because
All
I'm
right,
that
that-
viewer for other podcasts. Sorry. Ooh, I had to get that off my chest. Okay.
All right, buddy. Okay. All right.
All right. Sinoshroob got the reference. See, Sinoshroob was that person.
Gushin Granny says, kind of an unnecessary attack on Seth MacFarlane. It's not even his show. It's nothing to do with the writing. I don't think he was involved. I was criticizing his voice acting because his voice is like the most heard in this thing because he's the narrator in parts of it, basically. I don't think his Palpatine impression is good.
He doesn't sound like. Excuse me. Wow, I almost lost my voice. He doesn't sound like Palpatine at all.
Yeah. So, I think it was a necessary attack. I could go on and say that his shows are all garbage, but that would be an unnecessary attack, so I won't. Anyway.
Would you say that special made you an angry dad? Well, you're not a dad, but did it make you angry?
I'm not a father. Sure. So, Angry Dad the movie. This is, well, listen, it's about time. This is an episode about award shows. Here we go.
You're getting meta.
So, this episode is about some chair manufacturer telling Bart that they want to make a movie out of his old web series, Angry Dad, from a previous episode. And then they make it, and then it sucks, and then they cut it into a short film, and then it's just a bunch of award shows that they go to, and Bart gets jealous that Homer's taking all the credit because Homer's just the voice actor. The narrative in this thing is just weird. It's just weird. It doesn't make sense, but that's not the main focus. The main focus is parodies of things like Wallace and Gromit, award shows, that sort of thing. We got a super chat from Toon J who says, fun fact, former Simpsons animators worked at Pixar. Brad Bird directed Incredibles and Ratatouille, and David Silverman co-directed Monsters, Inc. Interesting.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I have a question for you.
Also, we got to get more pot shots. Yeah, okay.
Is this Angry Dad, is that a reference to a previous episode?
Yeah, I did say that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
The Angry Dad, like that whole thing, it doesn't even matter. It's irrelevant. You see like a few seconds of the Angry Dad. You don't see them really like actually making the movie. Like there's a montage and you don't see much footage from it. I don't know. It's weird. It's just kind of like a part of this that doesn't. They should have just called it some sort of stupid parody on award shows or something like.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
what did you think of this?
It's meta. I don't know.
You got an enemy.
I was
Randy Newman. We gotta take more pot shots at him. South Park did it too. I guess South Park can really say that Simpsons did it because they did.
I think the best part of this whole episode was Wally had a gun. I think that was the best part.
What?
Remember when Wally had a gun and threatened to shoot Lisa?
Oh.
On the red carpet?
Oh, you mean Wall-E?
Yeah.
I was thinking about the Wallace and Gromit parody.
No.
Yeah. So.
Wally had
this
a gun.
episode. Okay. All right. This episode is basically just kind of an excuse for a bunch of random stuff. Like. I think as a whole this thing is weird and off-putting. Like the narrative isn't fun. Like Bart being jealous of Homer winning awards. They don't really do a good job of telling that story. But there are like clips of this episode that I think are really good or really funny. Like I feel like this was an episode made to be cut up into clips and thrown on YouTube.
Yeah,
but
you can make a Robot Chicken compilation out of them.
Oh my god.
Well, you could.
Yeah.
No, I think those segments are definitely the best part of the episode by far.
Yeah. Well, okay, so one of them. Well, I don't know. Did you like this or hate this, or were you indifferent? Like, at one point, they're at like a red carpet and they're talking about like Mixar, which is the Pixar. I don't know why they can't just say Pixar. I feel like they've said Pixar before in the show, but they say Mixar, and then Randy Newman starts singing that "You've Got an Enemy,"
yeah.
And then the lamp, the lamp from Pixar tries to stomp on Lisa. I don't know why Lisa, but Lisa is the one that gets attacked. And then what is it like Wally has a gun. And then there's like some other Pixar
Mr.
character.
Potato Head is a carrot. Mr. Carrot Head. It's like the weirdest thing.
Is dumb or clever?
I think it's so dumb that it's hilarious. That's the thing. Like it's one of those, it's so ridiculously stupid that you can't help but chuckle. Wally has a freaking gun, okay? Like I cannot stress this enough.
And this is just on the red carpet. Like
Mhm.
this isn't a fantasy sequence. This is just in The Simpsons.
In The
Just a,
Simpsons,
a
there's just a
casual break from
giant carrot.
reality.
There's a giant carrot, and Wally with a gun. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. No. Oh man, I can't,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
because
I
that's the
can't get
thing.
over that.
It's like they bring out Randy. Okay, they bring out Randy Newman with the stupid parody, and then right at that point I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing this again. Like we're gonna do another like, haha, you bad at songwriting or whatever. And then the left tries to jump on Lisa, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of like weird. And then yeah, Wally shows up out of nowhere with a gun pointed at Lisa, and it's just like, what is happening? I agree. I think it's so stupid it works.
Hmm. Yeah. And then you get inside the award show, and there's
So these characters actually exist in the Simpsons world.
yeah. I mean, hey, it could be canon.
Oh, what? Like 8 minutes of Ricky Gervais spouting nonsense?
Mm-hmm.
God, if I have to listen to Ricky Gervais ever again, it'll be too soon. No, but seriously, what was up? What was up with that appearance? So this one, in addition to like all the stuff they've got celebrity cameos like Russell Brand and Ricky Gervais, and they just like put Ricky Gervais on screen for like 45 seconds, just saying random stuff.
Yeah.
You still with me, Shadow?
No, I'm here. I'm just
Okay.
listening to you random.
Receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Mm.
Don't fail me now, OBS.
Yeah, yeah. Let's just give it a second. Come on, we're almost done. You got an enemy.
And it's the internet, apparently. Okay, let's see. Let's see if
Let's
this
see.
works.
Are
If it
Are
does,
we live?
that will be the most amazing thing.
we live, ladies and gentlemen? Are we here? Did we come back? I think we came back. Yeah, I see the thing updated. I think we did it.
Oh my gosh, that is the most incredible thing.
Have you guys ever seen someone hand off a stream?
I've never seen anyone do that. The fact that we just did is like, that's legendary in my book. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know it would work, but the fact that it did is like the coolest thing ever. We've made history today.
Angry dad is angry at your computer. What happened is that Shadow's girlfriend was taking up all the internet. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, Shadow's internet just kind of conked out. And so I decided to take over the stream, which means
Oh, great. Wonderful.
you've got an enemy.
Okay, well, here's a question. Do you have the images for next week ready?
Nope.
Okay.
You gotta send them to me.
Oh my gosh, she's playing Final Fantasy 14. No wonder
you kidding me?
the internet died. No
Oh.
wonder. That would do it. Okay. Wow. Okay. Give Taylor a hearty thank you for killing the internet.
Thanks.
It's all her.
Oh gosh. Well,
Wonderful.
hey, can you?
Well, if you,
Yeah, let me.
I was gonna say, if you want to hand it back off for me
No.
to show
No.
the new next. Okay.
Well,
I was gonna say at the end when we have to go over the next nominees.
that.
Oh, you
sounds
are
good.
on your hotspot, Taylor. Okay, well, you should have said that.
All right. Anyway, talk about the Pixar parody, Shadow. What did you think? So there's like a really beautifully animated CGI parody that kind of looks like Sausage Party, to be honest, but it looks really good.
I saw someone in the chat say that, and that's like the exact same thought I had. It looks so like uncannily like Sausage Party, and this was like 5 or 6 years before that. So, did Sausage Party rip off The Simpsons?
I think it's just kind of an obvious thing, right? If it's like toys, then going to food objects or something is not too big a stretch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's literally what Sausage Party said. I'm pretty sure the creators in an interview said it was Toy Story for adults. So, are you messing with me?
Nope.
Are you? No, okay. I'm pulling up the stream on my phone. I gotta see this. You're totally messing with me right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, we'll see about that. Ooh, an ad. I'm giving us ad rev. You're welcome.
Good, good.
You
Shout
want
outs,
Grubhub and Chipotle?
shout
You're
outs
putting
to.
the lamp on me? What the heck, man?
It's the Pixar lamp.
Wow.
Shout outs to whoever
You
clipped
better
the.
photo.
Uh-huh.
You better Photoshop in Wally with a gun.
I don't have that. That doesn't exist without background.
Pull up the Simpsons
I'm not
episode.
gonna
Cut it
do
out.
that. No.
I would like to nominate a new emoji for our Discord server, Wally with a gun.
All right, fine.
If anyone
Fine.
wants to cut that out for us,
I can
please
do it. I know how to Photoshop. Anyway, I just can't do it while we're trying to do a show. Talk about the episode. Talk about the episode. Sato, there's a beautiful CGI,
Okay.
and then like the jar falls off the table and dies, and it's real sad, and it's. I thought it was really well animated for TV budget. It looked better than like anything really.
It really did. I think that's what makes like kind of the most standout thing about the episode, except for Wally with a gun, is
Oh
the
my
different kinds of
God.
like animation styles. I mean, they also do a Wallace and Gromit parody where they turn the dog into a gnome, which was amusing.
Yeah,
I really do like.
that Wallace and Gromit parody also was like very beautifully animated.
Absolutely. I also even like the absurdist nature of that short film in black and white. Like
Yes.
you can clearly tell it's parodying art films,
Like
and I thought that was
avant-garde
amusing.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I really like that. I think that's the best part of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much the meta humor of it being an award show that was ironically or unironically, I guess,
Yeah.
nominated for the award show.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that worked, to be honest. Like
No.
the whole thing about award, they don't have anything clever to say about award shows. They're just there. Like I don't know. That's why they picked. Well, no, they picked the episode because of the Toy Story thing. I think the CGI
Mhm.
animation. And honestly, if this was just like on a technical thing, I would have like I would just give it to this hands down. Like for technical
Mhm.
production because it's got. I think the Wallace and Gromit one's hand. It looks hand
It
animated.
looks like it.
Like the actual Wallace and Gromit. It looks like legitimately like Wallace and Gromit. And even if it is like CGI fakery, it's still really impressive. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's Wally with a gun. I pulled it up. Shadow wouldn't have done that for you. I'm just saying.
My man.
I pulled
I
it up
wouldn't
while
have.
talking about the episode. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yep. Uh, the Pixar lamp is still here. Um, oh gosh. Nope. I'm not gonna get carried away this week. I'm not gonna get. It's okay.
You sure about that?
I'd like to remind everyone in the description we have a Discord server. Feel free to join us. There will be a Wally with a gun emoji soon enough.
Yes. Yes.
There's also the long neck Star Wars guy. That'll be one as well.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, you guys should join. It's getting really fun in there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I also announced my gaming streams, which I do now, so check those out. And then also I want to remind everyone that we have a link down in the description to the poll. If you haven't voted in this week's poll, please do. In a little bit, we'll be announcing the award show Audit Award for the 2011 half-hour or more animated thingy.
Yep.
So, yeah. That's it, right?
Huh.
That's it in terms of the episodes.
Yeah, I mean that's about all I had to say on The Simpsons.
What did you think? Did you enjoy it overall?
Overall, not really. I only enjoyed the non Bart Homer stuff.
Mhm.
Like I enjoyed the red carpet, and I guess I didn't really care for Ricky Gervais either. But I liked the actual shorts that were nominated for this in-show award show. But otherwise, it was kind of just bland. I didn't really feel anything one way or the other. I was kind of indifferent.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like me to pass the stream over to you so you can put the award show audit logo back on?
If you would like to, we can. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna stop streaming for 1 second, guys, and then Shadow's gonna pick it up. So just bear with us.
Yep,
I am
we're
hitting stop streaming now. Go for it, Shadow.
All right, I started streaming. I'm just gonna pick it right back up. OBS says I'm good, so I'm gonna wait and see if the YouTube stream.
Yep, I see it. I see
All right,
it.
look
We
at
did
that.
it.
Look
This
at
is
that,
fun.
dude. This
Every
needs to
week,
be
we'll-
yes.
Every week we'll just pass it off between. I mean, this could
Oh.
be this should just be the show, Shadow, right? I do some fun stuff in OBS. I send it over to you. You do nothing with OBS, then send it back over to me.
Wow, this is actually brilliant. We should just make this like a staple or whatever.
The OBS show.
Yes, we just pass back and forth, and then if people are like, "Wow, you know, Shadow sounds a little robotic," we'll just pass it over to me, and then it's like, "Oh, Shadow's internet's kind of going out. We'll go back to Pi." So you want to see Wally with a gun? Go over to Pi. All right, now we want to see the logo. Go back to Shadow. Like,
Shadow, put something fun on the screen.
all right, I need to find something real quick, but I can do my best.
Put a picture of your social security number.
Okay, I'll just put the number 6 up. Give me a
Just
second.
right.
All right.
You should
I
put
mean,
like yeah.
I
what do we
have
got?
something.
Are you gonna add like Blossom stream or something?
No, you'll see. You'll see what I've got. Just give me 1 second. I forgot. Well, I didn't forget I had this, but here we go. All right.
Oh,
We'll
here we
see you in a
go.
few seconds.
I'm excited. Uh-oh, the stream's buffering now.
Oh no! At the
Oh,
worst
no,
possible time.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Oh my god, get that off the screen. Oh, it's cropped too. What?
It's Handsome Shadow.
Can I ask why your back is like that? Like, what is going on there? Are you Big Billy?
You asked for it, man. Asking you
No, but
shall
why-
receive.
Why do you look like your body is circular?
I'm buff.
Oh,
I've got
back muscle.
Dude, I've got insane shoulder blades. You have no idea.
You could not be kidding. You think it could be serious. I don't know. I have no idea. At any rate, what won the Emmy this year, Shadow?
Oh yeah, I guess I could go back to that. The late Philip J. Fry with Futurama was the winner.
Yeah. Woo! They actually got something right for once. For once, Emmys. You know, well, maybe this is like the second time, I think. Yeah. Honestly, in terms of my picks, like, late Philip J. Fry is ahead of all the rest of the stuff by a country mile. Not even close. Not even close, I think. Beautiful episode. Technically excels storytelling wise. It's just great. Deserves to win an award. I put that at first. At second, do I have to pick a second?
I mean, we do rank them each week. We got to.
All right. Oh gosh, where's the list? I don't even have the list in front of me. Cleveland show. You know what? Robot Chicken is dead last. No. You know what? No. I won't do that. Cleveland show is dead last. You know what? I did laugh at a few things in Robot Chicken, and again, I acknowledge that it's not for me, but it's for someone. So I put Cleveland show dead last, then Robot Chicken, then The Simpsons, then South Park, and then the late Philip J. Fry. I felt like, South Park it wasn't exciting, I don't think, but it was a standard episode. The Simpsons, it just it had some cool parts, but overall, it's just like the story of the episode, Bart being jealous that Homer wins these awards, like that could have been a good story, but they don't really do anything with it. The episode is so bloated with parodies and guest stars, and the first act is like all about making of Angry Dad the movie, and it's not really that memorable. Like there's just too much, I think, in this episode that kind of makes the overall thing really be bogged down, even if sections of it I think are pretty good. Like the Wallace and Gromit thing, check that out. It's a great parody of or whatever they call it, like Wally and Gromit or whatever.
Something like that.
It's very good. I think the Mixar thing, it's not amazing. Like there's Pixar parodies out there, sure, but in terms of like this is television grade animation and it looks really dang good, I think it's impressive. The you've got an enemy part is just strange. If you want to see something unusual, go for it. How about you, Shadow?
Yeah, so I really want to put Simpsons at number 1 because Wally had a gun, But I'm gonna agree. Futurama, late Philip J. Fry was definitely worthy of being the winner. That would definitely be my number one pick. As for second place, this is tough for me, but I think I'm actually see. That's not, well, okay. Cleveland Show is dead last, no question there. These middle three, I'm kind of like all over the place because Robot Chicken, I enjoyed it, but I realized that it's not really award worthy. Plus, on the grounds that The Simpsons also had a lot of diversity in terms of its animation and introducing more methods besides just 2D animation with like the Wallace and Gromit parody and the Mixar stuff and even the auteur short film. I'm going to put Simpsons over Robot Chicken for that reason. So I would probably, and then again, South Park was definitely tackling an issue, but I don't find it as prominent as other South Park episodes.
It wasn't hard hitting. It really wasn't. I don't think.
No, it didn't really make an impact. So, like, by no means am I saying that the South Park episode is bad, but I would actually put the South Park episode at number 4, Robot Chicken at 3, and The Simpsons at 2. I think that's how I would rank it, just in terms of like what these things do in regard to the realm of animation as a medium. Because I think, again, the South Park episode's decent, but like, just in terms of animation, Robot Chicken and The Simpsons had that beat on that front. So that's why I would rank them in the order that I do. But I absolutely agree. Fair. Futurama is the number 1 best episode here.
Okay. Yeah, this is only the second time we've agreed with the Emmy people. Over the Garden Wall was the first, although our very first week, I thought the Vat of Acid episode was close, but the BoJack episode, I think, still should have gotten it. I think it's an episode that's just, like, beautiful. But, regardless, yeah, man. As we're getting close to the end of the 2010s, let's just say we have a lot of disagreements with the Emmy voters. But we've also had a lot of disagreements with you guys. So, yeah, we'll be announcing that shortly. Shadow Streak, do you have an episode that you would have nominated this year?
So, this was a very last-minute decision for me because I kind of lost track of time. But I found a show that was airing in between June 2010 and May 2011. And I wasn't sure what episode to pick because I've not seen all of the show and I haven't seen it in a very long time. But there is one episode in particular that stands out for one scene that almost everyone in the chat probably knows. So I'm picking it for that alone, even though I don't... there might be a better episode. But Symbionic Titan, Lessons in Love, because it has the booty quake scene.
Oh, God.
And Gendy thinks that the booty quake scene is hilarious, and if Gendy thinks it's funny, that's a good enough reason for me to want to nominate it.
It is funny. It is really funny.
I've
seen that clip. Yeah.
I have not seen the show in so long. I want to go back to it, though, but I'm not really sure what episode I would pick, but I definitely think like it's a solid show, and I'm sure there's an episode in there that would be worthy of a nomination. But, I mean, come on, man. That scene's iconic.
I mean, fair. I have... The chat seems like they're picking Summer Belongs to You from Phineas and Ferb, which is it's a fine special. I have an off-the-wall pick that I think deserves it.
Okay.
So it's a Dan Harmon show. It's a little sitcom known as Community. In their second season, they did an episode that is entirely stop motion, and it is known as Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas. It is about Abed having a mental break and seeing the world as stop motion, and his friends have to go with him on a journey in his mind to figure out what's going on with him. It's a really great episode. It's a fantastic Christmas episode. It's from a live action series, but it's an animated episode, so I think it counts. I don't know if the Emmys would, but I think it counts. It's fantastic. Honestly, even if you've never seen Community, it's a pretty great episode, pretty great to watch around Christmas, and just fantastic overall. Definitely not what you'd expect, but like, it's good, man. It's real good.
Okay. I like that. I like the oddball picks. I think that makes it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I had no idea
Mhm.
Community had an animated episode.
They got two.
Oh,
They got
okay.
two. There's a GI Joe parody episode. We passed it in terms of years, but yeah. Yeah, I know. See, I was kind of stuck on what to pick for this year. I was looking for things, and I was like, wait a minute, is this the year of? Yep, it's that year. It's the December 2010, so it's eligible. Um, yeah,
How about
yeah.
that?
An all animated episode of a live action sitcom. Several shows have done it. Toon Jay is also saying "Road to the North Pole" from Family Guy because it's better than the Cleveland Show episode. Yeah, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah. This was I don't know. This was an interesting year. If the Cleveland Show got nominated, really anything else deserved it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's possible Community was going for the comedy category that year and couldn't nominate for it, but I think it deserves it.
Mhm.
So it's a standout episode from a really fantastic season. So yeah, all right, the poll.
Oh boy.
Let me get it up because I don't actually have it open.
All right. I should probably get
All right.
the thing ready.
Get the stuff ready, yeah. So, what did you guys think? According to our poll here, with a whopping 71... Actually, no. Shadow told me I should go the other way around. We're going to do it the other way around.
Okay.
Tied with 5% of 480 votes, it's The Cleveland Show, Murray Christmas, and The Simpsons, Angry Dad the Movie.
Oh, okay.
Which kind of shocks me, to be honest. I mean, not that I think The Simpsons is great, but just like... That episode's definitely better than the Cleveland Show one.
Mhm.
I think. At 9% in third, we have Robot Chicken Star Wars Episode 3. At 10%, barely beating it out, it's with second, it's Crack Baby Athletic Association from South Park. And with a whopping 71% of the votes, it is Futurama, the late Philip J. Fry. I think that says it all, honestly. Fantastic, phenomenal episode. Just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful.
100%. No disagreement there. It seems.
Oh,
like
we have someone in the comments who said they voted for the Cleveland Show as a joke. Oh, it's all been compromised. We got to throw it all out.
Oh, okay.
Everyone revote.
I was about to say it's unanimous, but I guess we do gotta revote everything. Recount. All right. Yeah.
All right. So, as a reminder, we are not going to be here next week. We are taking the entirety of next week off, but we will be back not the Thursday after that, but the Tuesday. So we'll be back sooner than you'd think. Tuesday the 29th. And then from then on, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. is the award show Audit Day. That is what we got going on. And if you are sad that we're going to be gone for a week, don't worry, because when we come back, this next week is going to be the weirdest, craziest nominations it'll probably be like a 2-hour show, I think, because there's going to be a lot of interesting things to talk about. So Shadow, would you like to say them?
Oh, I absolutely would. This is man, dude. The 2010 nominees, what a wild ride. So first up, we've got excuse me, Prep and Landing. The
ABC Christmas special that's like not based on anything. It's just a random special.
Yep.
Right? Or maybe it's based on a book. I don't know. Everything's based on something, but it's not like a part of a series. It's just thing. Yeah.
After that, we've got a South Park episode 200-201.
Yeah, this is a two-parter of South Park. This episode got them threatened by terrorists and was forcibly censored by Comedy Central.
Yeah, it was so bad that I had to censor the image on the stream.
Yeah, it's not legally released anywhere other than the DVDs. And so it got banned. It got actually banned. It got censored, threatened, and banned. So we'll get to talk about, and it's also like the 200th episode, and it's a big celebration of all things South Park. There's a lot to talk about with that. Yeah. So let's try not to. Yeah, let's try to be not offensive with that. I don't want to get threatened.
Image, yeah. Just to clarify, guys, the joke is that it was censored. That's why the image not found.
Why would you say it?
Why would I
Chad?
say it? Because I like ruining things.
I didn't even ask.
No, but the chat was confused. All right, so next up we've got Alien Earths by National Geographic, Emmy nominated.
Yeah.
How do we find this?
So this is. I don't know what this is. Okay, it's not on Disney Plus, and it's a very vague title. I don't know. I genuinely do not know if we're gonna be able to find this episode like illegally or legally. Like, I genuinely don't know if this exists anywhere. There's not a Wikipedia page for it. I assume, okay, for the people that are confused, I assume this is, you know how, like, they do those specials where it's like, you know, they'll talk about dinosaurs or whatever, and it'll all be CG to represent what the dinosaurs were and everything. I think that's what this is, but, like, hypothetical other Earths out there? Or this could be crazy conspiracy theory nonsense. I don't know. I don't know if this is actually about aliens or other planets. I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, I'm so curious about what this is that I really want to see it. The problem is like, we looked for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, and we couldn't find it anywhere. Like, yeah, I have no idea how we're going to watch it. Like, we got to find it or something.
We got 2 weeks. You know, if anyone, listen, if anyone finds this, you know, in any way possible, please send a link in the Discord.
Yes,
don't link it here. Don't, you know, nowhere public, but please send a link in the Discord because yeah, even if we gotta pay for it. Oh, CDCB found it already. Okay.
Hey, shout outs to you, CDCB.
And he sent a link. Great.
Well, how about that? Problem solved. We're talking about it. There you go. It's confirmed.
Is there a way that I can send him a super chat? Is that how this works? Can I just Oh gosh. CDCB, the real hero, man. Okay. We'll link that in the award show in the Discord at some point, just so everyone can see it if they really want to. Okay. But the fact that this has been so buried that we couldn't easily find it with a search, not even like to purchase on iTunes or on some piracy site, like that it's that buried, this is gonna be weird. This is gonna be real weird.
And as you mentioned before the stream, it's got such a generic name that it's like the search engine optimization is not helping this at all. So
no.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk about some sort of documentary, non-narrative. Like, it's gonna be weird. Anyway, there's more weirdness. Keep going.
Yep. All right. So after that, the Ricky Gervais show, Knob at Night, which from our first impressions, it's like they recorded a podcast type thing and they animated over it. That's what it comes across as.
Yeah. When we were looking for screenshots, we kind of had to skim through it, and it looks, is that the kid from Clarence? Yeah, it looks very limitedly animated, and at the beginning it's the 3 guys in live action. Like, I don't understand or know what this is, but we think it's a podcast. I don't know what is going on. What is 2010?
This is like the craziest year. And like, this is a complete contrast to the past decades worth of shows we just talked about. Over the course of the
I mean,
audit. Like,
even the South Park, which is something we've talked about a few times, like the banned episode of South Park, like it's nuts that we have to talk about
it's like a crazy coincidence, but it's so exciting because it shows we're entering into we're like right at the entrance of a new era. A new decade. Like, I'm excited. Oh, and then of course, last but not least, we got The Simpsons because, of course, Once Upon a Time in Springfield.
It's a pretty generic episode of The Simpsons. It's Krusty finds a love interest.
Yep.
Woo.
But the other 4 nominees, though, like,
yeah. The Simpsons has to be there for some stability, right? Or else we'd just be lost adrift.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah, and we didn't mention it, but there was no kids show this year.
No.
Next year we have Prep and Landing. That's, it's family, I guess, but still. Um,
Yeah.
it was weird without a kids show this week, I gotta say.
Mm-hmm. It's a
Mhm.
little strange. But luckily, we're getting to the point where they're gonna we're gonna get an influx of them. So.
Mhm. Wait, Tunjay, are you serious? There's Imagination Land was banned too. Oh, it's banned for the
Yes.
same reason, isn't it? Dang it. And of course that's the one that's nominated. Oh boy. Oh boy. Um well, I'm sure we'll
We'll get
find
there
a way
when we
to
get there.
yeah,
Yeah.
figure out a way to respectfully talk about what happens in that South Park episode and terrorism and everything. It's going to be a hoot. Yeah. So
Oh boy.
again, next week we won't be here, but if you're not tired of my voice, I'll be streaming on Pie Guy Plays, my second channel. I'll be streaming at least a few of those weekdays, and I'll probably take up the slot on Thursday. Why not? As like a filler thing. So if you want to hear me and watch me play Binding of Isaac and other stuff, then check it out.
Yeah. I'll be at the beach, so I won't be
If
doing
you want
anything.
to see Shadow, go to the beach.
Yeah,
and,
go to the
you know,
beach. The beach. That's the
see
one I'll
shadows.
be at. I'll be
You
at
can
the
see shadows
beach.
everywhere.
Yeah. Literally, yeah. I mean, you just look around. I'm
You can
always
see
following you.
shadows everywhere. A Luxar lamp can be found.
Every time you go outside
All
and
right,
it's
Shadow.
sunny, I'm
Before we
right there
close out
next
this
to you.
week, put. Oh my God.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Before we close out this week, give me another image on the screen. Or do something fun.
Do something fun? Okay. Let me
Come on,
find
you got
another
this,
image
buddy.
to put on the screen, and I don't know. I gotta like.
As
think
his
fast here.
internet conks out.
Do you want to toss it back over to you?
No. We're gonna end in a second, but I want Shadow to do something. No. All right, everyone. Well, I'm fun, Dad.
Oh. How about,
Uh,
how about this? This is all I got.
all right.
This is the fastest thing I could find.
Okay.
So there you go.
Don't get us banned from YouTube, please.
I don't think this is
whatever it is.
ban-worthy.
Don't let it be. Okay.
It's a GIF.
What on earth?
It's Kermit.
Why do you have that?
I don't know. I have this reaction image folder from like 4 years ago where I have a bunch of random things saved, and I just saw this one, so I was like, well, let's do it. There you go. Are you happy?
Oh gosh. All right, buddy.
Oh,
You
man.
tried. You tried real hard.
gave it my
I
best
appreciate
shot.
it.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Remember Tuesday, award show audit Tuesdays. So,
You know it.
yeah. With that, PIEGUYRULZ out.
See you guys.